Well, Jonathan Gibbs here at Door Con with a good friend, Jake Kilgore. Actually, I've been really excited for this interview all week. We're on the Expand podcast to talk about expansion and in all aspects, right? Like expanding our minds, expanding our business, and you're just a great interview for both. So there's announcement coming that's really, really exciting in the solar industry, and it's coming this week. And you guys are rolling out something really special. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, thanks, Jonathan. We, as a business at One Solar, we've been doing EPC work for about 9 years now, and we are spinning off our own proposal tool that we've been building for the better part of 4 years now.
Yeah,
it's been our own proprietary tool specific to our sales teams, and we just felt like it was time to spin it off and give it to the world.
Now, there's a rumor, because there's a lot of different proposal tools, but something's really unique about yours. When you say give it to the world, you're serious. You're going to give this to the world.
Yeah, our model is to literally build proposals for free. So it's accurate, fast, and free. And we just think that proposals is where everything starts for an EPC, right? So for an install company, that's where it starts. And we feel like in order to really bring quality to our industry and give homeowners what they deserve, which is the best price possible, we think proposals should be free.
Now this is crazy, because when I was at Smart Energy Today, I remember we were one of Aurora's first customers in 2014. We came to a show like this. Their banner wasn't even straight. And we doubled our licenses from 5 to 10, and we were one of their biggest customers. And we've watched them grow. And this is really expensive. When we were smaller, we were spending $20,000, $30,000 a month on proposals. At Lumio, we were spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on proposals. And so as a sales guy, you're always looking for the catch or the gotcha. This is free. What's the catch?
That's the big question. There is no catch. We really are focusing on just mass adoption. We want a lot of users. We want people in the tool, using the tool. To be honest, there is no catch. There is no financial catch to the sales team.
So I can use this with any installer. I don't have to use this just with One Solar.
Any installer, yeah. So
that's amazing. You could be growing your competitors this way. Like, this could fuel your competition.
You're right. That is one of the things we've thought about.
Okay.
In the model it's been proprietary to One Solar for a very long time. And spinning it off into its own entity, giving it its own office space, its own cap table, its own everything.
So it's a whole separate company that's coming to market, that's offering a free service. This is huge. There's a lot of new solar companies out there, new solar companies all the time. There's over 6,000 solar contractors right now in the United States. There's over 115,000 roofing contractors considering getting solar. And when you're starting off, this is a big cost. This can be tens of thousands of dollars in proposals, and you might not see a sale for a month or two. So not having that cost, this is going to be a huge advantage for a lot of people.
Yeah, it is. It is thousands of dollars to sales orgs or install companies alike, right? This is an expense they no longer have to burden. And as an EPC, with interest rates rising and the industry changing, the market's changing, we felt like it was the perfect time to roll it out with a 10-year runway, right? We have a runway, for the next 10 years guaranteed from the feds, and so we felt like let's give this to everybody. Let's build this out. And onboard sales teams, onboard installers. Right now, One Solar is their biggest customer, right?
Yeah.
So, Sun Rebel's big focus today is getting sales reps in, getting users in. And it's not going to be perfect day one, right? But it's a tool that is absolutely ready for the market, because we've proven that over the last year, closing, a lot of solar the last year through the tool.
Yeah, so can I put you on a spot with some tough questions, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of great products out there. Aurora's a great product. There's Solo. There's a lot of products people know and trust. Now, you have been using this for over a year. How does it stack up? What do the salespeople say? How does it stack up against the other products in the market right now?
Our sales teams have absolutely loved it. Okay. Our top 5 or 6 sales teams that make up 80% of our volume have been with us for 3 years.
How easy is it to learn for a new person?
So it's incredibly easy. The way that we've built it is incredibly cost efficient. Our cost per proposal is literally in the pennies.
Wow.
And that was when we decided 2 years ago that the stack that we built it on, the way we built it, it literally is is pennies. So like, just give it away. Let's give it away to people for free. And so the users and the way that a lot of the automations up front make it super quick on the build side. So when you submit a request for a proposal, a lot of the drop downs, a lot of the usability stuff, it's all on one page. And so when you submit usage or a bill, it already has in your preferred price per watt, your preferred loan, your preferred all that stuff. So unless you're going to change that, you can hit the drop down and change it. It's very, very quick. And then we're building these in 10 to 15 minutes.
Well, we're hitting on a word. So you're a sales guy. So you're no stranger to sales. You started in door to door. And so you understand what these ladies and guys go through on a daily basis. And you're saying a word that sales guys don't like, right? Change, right? Like people, we're afraid of it inherently. We don't like to change software, right? We take time to learn it. How long does it honestly take someone who's coming from a different platform, if the company they get a new job with uses SunRebel, how long is it going to take them to become as familiar with that as the tools that they're used to?
I'm not exaggerating when I say minutes.
That's amazing.
The change into the tool is minutes. Using it is literally it's a 10, 15 minute, 20 minute demo to show all the features. This is how you submit. This is where you track your customers. And here's all the features that you can do inside the tool. Now, in that, for salespeople, the biggest change that we're working on over time will be a lot of the streamlined automations, right? Do we get Sales Rabbit to upload leads into there and then go? And then how do I assign those leads to
the API integration to the other platforms that they're using?
Yeah, there's does it go to my CRM? Does it go to Interflow? Does it go to Salesforce? Like, what are those things? And those are the things that.
So that's a development path still. That's kind of the road ahead of you. But right now, the tool works. They can get an account today, right? They can just get an account today for free, and they can just start using it for free. Do they have to put? Is it one of those offers where they have to put a credit card down against it or anything like? You know what I mean? Like a lot of the free offers. Is there anything like that?
It does. It does sound like that should be in there, but no, there literally is no catch. There's no credit card. If you have a Google account,
they have a Gmail account.
They have a Gmail account. You can submit, get an account, give us a little bit of information about you, your org, what type of org you are. Are you sales? Are you EPC?
So that's amazing. So no risk. Get started right now and just they can do their own tests. They can do their own tests with it. If they're a new sales organization, they're trying to keep their costs down. They're a new installer. They're trying to offer something as a benefit. I mean, this is actually a great tool for installers. Like if an installer wanted to onboard with you, they could turn around, and if they're doing like 200 installs a month, their sales organizations are probably billing tens of thousands of dollars a month in proposals. They could turn around and say, hey, we could give you guys free proposals, and they could offer it to all their sales orgs.
Yes. So that was one of the big things that we focused on. As an EPC, like I said in the beginning, it starts at the proposal. Where are the panels? How many are there? Because then you hit design, and then you get to permit and install. So the proposal needs to be a lot more accurate than maybe it is today for certain EPCs or certain tools that they're using. And so if they have some controllability of the proposal, the experience through permitting and install is a little bit cleaner, a little bit smoother. Yeah. And so if our installers are having that experience, I think they control the bottom line a little bit better.
Jake, this is amazing. You're running an EPC that is one of the leaders in several key marketplaces. Clearly a leader in Las Vegas, like super fast turnaround times. Colorado, which is actually very, very difficult. A lot of people don't realize how difficult Colorado is. I mean, basically every single city is different in Colorado, and Utah. So, growing, doing huge numbers last year, and a lot of family commitments. And there's a lot of entrepreneurs that listen to this podcast that are coming here. How do you balance all this? How do you run a really large, successful company that's growing? I think you grew like 200% plus last year. Balance your family, and then do something new. Do something so new and so different. I mean, this is not solar sales. This is not solar installs. This is software development. How did you carve out the time? How did you balance your life over the last 12 months?
It starts for me with the people that I surround myself with. I have an incredible, dedicated team of executives and leadership team at One Solar that have been a huge part of SunRebel. There's no way I could do it without them. So that team is incredibly dedicated and loyal to me, to One Solar, to the company, and to our mission, right? And to bringing solar to everybody. And so that's where it starts for me, is with that team. There's no way
What about
I
on
do this
your
on my
like
own.
your day, like your daily management, like your routine, right? Because we all have like this is the challenge, right? As an entrepreneur, we all have 24 hours. How do you stretch that 24 hours? What time does your day start?
My day in the summers and spring, you know, I'm a runner, right?
Yeah.
So I get up and that's my workout routine. Is I'm up around 6, and I typically spend an hour or two in the mountains, and I spend it on the trails.
Like clearing your head.
Oh yeah, I get a lot of thinking. I purposefully don't bring my phone. I don't connect. It's just my time to disconnect and really think about business strategy, business partners, strategic partners, who I'm going to connect with this year or this month. And so I start my day out with a workout, because physically, being in shape physically is so great for the mind and so great for me.
You're processing stress, you're processing cortisol, you're clearing your mind, that morning routine. What else is there? Do you have any midday hacks? I know a lot of people, you know, there's that gap in the middle of the day between like 3 and 6 where, you know, that's like people reaching for their second Monster, right? Like their second Red Bull. Like do you have a secret on how you power through? What keeps your energy going throughout the day on all these projects?
I do not have a secret. I'm a big Rockstar fan. I hit the Rockstar in the morning. I hit one in the afternoon. But to be honest, like in the springtime or in the fall, I get to work at a decent time, and then I'll take that afternoon time between 4 and 5, and sometimes disconnect then and go for a run then. So depending on the weather, like I'll get my run in late afternoon. Those fall leaves or the spring, you know, rivers, you know, rush of the river coming down. That is a big thing for me. Like the running is a big thing, whether it's in the first thing in the morning or that late afternoon run. That's a big time for me to really disconnect. I can't tell you how many times I have been on a long run and I bring my phone and I'll call any one of my executives, any one of my guys, just huffing and puffing at mile 7. Hey, I had this thought. I'm thinking about this. You know, let me know what you think about this or that. And had some really great breakthrough moments while working out and just being up in the mountains and being away from everybody.
How does a CEO of like sales and installs, how do they go about learning software development? Like those, I mean, we're talking about completely different skill sets. And I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of different paths. Like for you, was it online classes? Was it hands-on? Was it like learning through your coders? What was your learning process like to develop software?
I do not profess to be a software coder, engineer. I can't understand that language.
But you have to understand architecture. You have to understand how.
Yeah, I understand architecture. I understand business. So I understand what does the business need? How should it be structured? What's the strategy? What's the front end and back end? How does a sales rep want to see things? How does the homeowner want to see it? How does the business want to see it? That's my world. That's where I've lived for a long time, for a couple decades now. But when it comes to the actual coding and software, no. I mean, again, there are people way smarter than me that are very, very good at that.
But you have to manage those people. I think this is a tricky question for entrepreneurs, like entrepreneurs that feel like they have the business side of things down, hiring and managing people that have skills that you don't have and holding them accountable. Like, you know, how do you call BS on a coder if you don't know coding?
Right.
I mean, what has that journey been like for you, managing people that have different skills than you?
For me, it's task management and priorities. Every week we meet and we go through our priority list of features, bugs, epics. What are we working on? How much longer is that going to be?
So
and
boiling down like performance milestones.
Yeah, we adjust those every single week. We adjust them every week based on need and user feedback. So those things are constantly changing. Those are movable targets. So you have to be very flexible in your leadership and be adaptable. And those are things that I think I've been able to manage those pretty well.
Well, thanks for coming. That's amazing. Jake Kilgore, Sun Rebel. He's here at Door to Door Con. You can come over with an email account and you could do proposals this weekend while at the show. Your team could be testing them right now for free. That's amazing. A lot of value. It's going to be real excited to see what happens in 2023 for you guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.